going on? We are tackling the last team in the AFC North, which is the 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get right into this right here. I don't expect Pittsburgh to be great, and I don't think they're going to beat San Francisco in week one. I don't think that's a possibility here at all. I think they will lose this game pretty handily. San Francisco is one of the best teams in football. I think I actually had them beat every single team in this division, which might be a little bit of a dumb decision, but you know what? This is really just taking on to I'm going as is. And, you know, I haven't gotten to Cincinnati yet, or San Francisco yet, so we'll see how that goes when I get to them. They're not going 17-0, I'll say that much. But Cleveland is a bounce back. They will win week 2 against Cleveland, starting year 1-1, and actually 2-1 as they will beat the Raiders. I don't have high expectation for the Raiders, or really any expectation for the Raiders going into the next season. The Raiders are very not good. They were already bad, and now they go and even worse. I don't think they'll actually go 3-1 to start the year because they'll also beat Houston. Houston I think is still going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. I think this is going to be a bit of a learning curve for C.J. Stroud to get into his motions and into the type of play we all kind of want to see out of him. And I think it's honestly best for Houston not to be great this first year with C.J. Stroud. Try to, build a little bit more around him and let him just go through the growing pains of being in the NFL. I think that's benefiting to the Pittsburgh Steelers as they will start 3-1, but they'll fall 3-2 as they lose to Baltimore. As you already know, they lose both games to Baltimore and both games to Cincinnati, and they split the other Cleveland game. So not great in divisional play, but given the Ravens and Cincinnati have Super Bowl aspirations, I think it's hard to say that they're going to beat either of those teams. And the split with Cleveland is pretty even. They have a bye in week 6, but they'll come off the bye winning against the Rams. I'm really just not sold on what the Rams are built. I think all four teams in this division are just that much better than the Rams. The Rams look like they're about to hit a rebuild. They were bad last year. I think they're going to be bad this year. And I think Pittsburgh will end up pulling off that W. Against Jacksonville, I think Pittsburgh will also win. I think Pittsburgh's on a nice little streak here. Jacksonville, they beat Baltimore and Cincinnati, like I said with the Cleveland series. I think, honestly, Jacksonville will focus on those games a little bit more. They beat Baltimore last year, so it's not out of the question. I think here with Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh will come in. They know they got to win. They got tough schedules. They've already lost to Baltimore once. They got 2 games against Cincinnati. They got another game against Baltimore. It's not going to be an easy stretch down this road here. So every win here early on in the season is important for them. And I think that's why they'll also win in Week 9 against Tennessee. I think that Tennessee is just going to be a solid team this coming up season. Or not solid, I'm sorry. I think they're going to be awful. I don't know why I was saying solid. I was looking at Green Bay. But Tennessee is not going to be solid at all. They're going to be just straight trash. Honestly, they're about to enter a rebuild, which is, I think, needed. The Tannehill, height was going to be the AFC Championship. They were never going to touch another ledge like that. You can't be that great of a running team and not have much passing to back it up to make a real playoff run. I think Pittsburgh will take advantage of their rebuild and pull off this W. I think they'll also win against Green Bay. They are off to a great start here, actually. I mean, they've only lost the 2 games against San Francisco and Baltimore through 10 weeks, and they have had their bye, obviously. But that's 8-2, which is 7-2, which is fantastic. Green Bay, I'm not really too sold on if Jordan Love is going to be great or not, and I think that's kind of what's going to hold them back a little bit. I think they might be good, but I think Pittsburgh with their defense and maybe Kenny Pickett taking another step forward, this could be a difference maker in the year, although they do not win against Cleveland or Cincinnati, as I've covered in the last 2 videos. Cleveland and Cincinnati, I think they'll split with Cleveland, and Cincinnati and Baltimore are both just that much better. I think they both lose those games. Arizona, though, they pull out the W. Arizona's going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. Kyler Murray's basically all they got, and he might not even play that early in the season because of his injury, and I think it's going to be hard to expect Arizona to do much of anything. They're just dysfunctional. They've been living in the bottom of football for a long time period, and I think they will honestly stay down there. Although I do think they'll lose to New England. I think New England is one of those teams that's a little bit pesty. Like, you're just not guaranteed to beat them. You're not guaranteed to lose to them. You're just kind of, it's a 50-50 when you talk about New England. And I think, honestly, Pittsburgh, They'll probably lose, to be honest. They'll lose the 50-50 in this situation. And I think they'll lose to Indiana, too. The Indianapolis, I just don't think... I think they got to get a couple more losses in here. And I think that just, honestly, you can't win them all. And Indianapolis is going to pull off one or two of those shocking upsets, shocking wins and whatnot. And I think this is going to be one of them. I think that they just won't win here. Obviously, we know they lose to Cincinnati and Baltimore, which really only leaves Seattle as one middle game. They are currently, if they lose to Seattle, they'll finish one game under 500, which is something Mike Tomlin can't do. They will end up beating Seattle here. They got to finish over 500. They'll finish 9-8. I think Cleveland was 8-9. So as a total, Baltimore wins the division. Cincinnati will finish in second. Pittsburgh in third, and Cleveland in fourth. If you guys enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing the other divisions right after these ones. So if you guys want to see more of this content, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.